Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Radha Kund Bihari Radha Kund Bihari Radhe Hare Radha Kund Bihari Radha Kund Bihari Radhe Jai Gaur Nitai Jai Gaur Nitai हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी आश्चात्यदेशकारिणे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, Chapter 1, Observing the Armies on the Battlefield of Kurukshetra. Text number 32. किं नो राजेन गोविन्द किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं राज्यं भोगा सुखानि च ता इमेव स्थिता युद्धे प्राणां त्यक्त्वा धनानि च आचार्याः पितरः पुत्रास्तथैव च पितामहाः मातुलाश्वशुरा पौत्राः श्यालाः सम्बन्धिनस्तथा एतान् हन्तुमिच्छामि न तोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतुः किं नु मही कृते निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रान्नः का प्रीतिः स्यात् जनार्दन. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudan, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers in law, grandsons, brothers in law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? So, purport we have discussed partially in the last class. We were supposed to read from the middle of the purport, from the statement. The transcendental life, however, is different. Please read.
Since a devotee wants to satisfy the desires of the Lord, he can, Lord willing, accept all kinds of opulence for the service of the Lord, and if the Lord is not willing, he should not accept a farthing.
Wait. So, devotional life means devotee accepts whatever is pleasing to Lord. Material life means I accept what is pleasing to my senses. So in devotional life one accepts what is pleasing to Lord, and if Lord desires, he will accept all kinds of opulence, and if Lord desires, he will remain in very poverty-stricken condition. Whatever Lord wishes, he is happily accepting it. Read further.
Arjun did not want to kill his relatives, and if there were any need to kill them, he desired that Krishna kill them personally.
Wait. So devotional life means whatever is Krishna, whatever is pleasing to Krishna, that I will accept. But Arjuna is not exhibiting devotional life here at this stage. He is saying, I do not want to kill relatives. If Krishna is interested to kill the relatives, let him kill. I will not kill. This is not devotional mentality. Devotional mentality, whatever Lord desires, that I will accept. But Arjuna is not exhibiting devotional outlook here. That is why he says, if you are interested to kill relatives, you kill. I will not kill. Read further.
At this point, he did not know that Krishna had already killed them before their coming into the battlefield, and he, and that he was only to become an instrument for Krishna.
Yes. So whether you accept Lord wish or not, everything is done by the Supreme Lord only. I will clarify it. The materialistic people, they do not want to abide by Lord's wish. They want to do things as per their choice. Yes, they want to do things as per their choice and they attempt to do it. But ultimately, who does all the activity? Supreme Lord. Even for the materialistic people, whatever they do is ultimately executed by the Supreme Lord. And for the devotee who wish to accept whatever Lord desires, even for them, Lord is only doing everything. So for materialistic people, Lord is doing it who are against the Supreme Lord. For devotees, Lord is doing it who are abiding with the Supreme Lord. So in both the cases, Lord is ultimately executing the actions. So in the case of materialistic people who are not following Lord's wish, they are doing something against Lord's wish. And Lord does those execution, not everything, something which they are eligible about. For example, I may wish to go to some cinema theater. Lord may allow it. Lord will help me. Rather, Lord will allow me to walk and or move to cinema theater. But if I want to fly, that Lord will not allow. So depends upon what is my wish against the Supreme Lord's desire. Okay. So what it depends upon what kinds of my actions Lord allows and what He doesn't allow. That depends upon my past karma. Depending upon my past karma, Lord gives me certain facility, and that is what I can experience. Okay. I just get the feeling that I am doing it, but ultimately Lord is doing it. Okay. Now, as far as devotees are concerned, who wish to abide by Lord's desire, whatever Lord wishes, they do it. Even for them, Lord is doing everything. And for them, it is not based on their karma. It is fully based on Lord's wish. We sing in the prayers in the beginning, Mukam karoti vachalam pangpung langhaite kerim yat kripatam aham vante Shri Guru Dinatare. By the grace of Supreme Lord and the spiritual master, a dumb person can speak. A lame person can cross over the mountain. So, according to the karma, a dumb person is not supposed to speak. According to karma, a lame person is not supposed to walk, what to speak of crossing mountain. But by Krishna's grace, they do it. An old man of the age 70 who have never gone to the foreign land will bring the revolution in the whole world, will make Americans, Europeans, Africans, Russians to take the path of devotional life. It cannot be possible humanly. Humanly, we try to establish one temple in one city, it takes our whole life. Srila Prabhupada in just 10 years, and that too at the age of 70, without any money, without any support, established 100 temples all over the world. How it is possible? By Krishna's grace. So devotee simply desires to abide by Lord's will, and Lord does it. Devotee simply remains an instrument in the hand of the Supreme Lord. That is what Srila Prabhupada offered the prayers to Krishna when he was going to America. That make me puppet in your hands and make me dance as you like. So that's how devotees' consciousness is, and that's how devotees are surrendered that much. Whatever Lord wishes, they are ready to abide by it. They don't have any complaints against the Supreme Lord. They accept all kinds of inconveniences if it pleases the Supreme Lord. For Srila Prabhupada to go to America at the age of 70 in the cargo ship, not passenger ship, cargo ship, very troublesome it was. But Srila Prabhupada was accepting all that inconvenience for Lord's pleasure. And then Lord did. Because Srila Prabhupada became such an humble instrument, so Lord did whatever he wanted to establish. And it happened successfully. So this is the difference between devotee abiding by Lord's will and materialistic people against the Lord's will. In both the cases, Lord only does the activity. In materialistic people case, it happens as per their karma. In devotees case, Lord does amazing activities as per his wish, beyond the material limits. Okay. So this is how it happens. Rather, devotee does something much, much more than what even Lord does. For example, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there on the planet, he preached all over India only. He could have gone outside India, but he didn't went. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached throughout India only. But he made his devotee, Srila Prabhupada, propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world. So devotee, by Lord's grace, does more than the Supreme Lord. Ram, he crossed the ocean walking over the bridge, which was made by the support of so many monkeys. On the other hand, Hanuman, alone he just crossed over that ocean flying. So that's how devotee exhibit more power than the Supreme Lord by Lord's grace, which can never happen in the case of artistic people. They are simply limited by their karma, and Lord fulfills their karma. So Arjuna, he is thinking that if Lord wishes to kill these relatives, let him kill. He doesn't know at this stage that whether you wish Lord's desire or not, everything is ultimately done by the Supreme Lord only. And that's what Lord showed to Arjuna later when he showed Virat. Everyone in the battlefield of Kurukshetra was being consumed by the fire coming out of Lord's mouth. So everyone is killed by the Supreme Lord. Arjuna was only supposed to become the instrument. So whether you become the instrument in the hand of Lord or not, ultimately everything is being done by the Supreme Lord only. And if you do not become the instrument in the hand of Supreme Lord, you will be awarded result based on your karma. If you become instrument in the hand of Supreme Lord, Lord will award amazing result beyond the material limits as per his desire. So choice is ours. Better to become the instrument in the hand of Supreme. Read further.
This fact is disclosed in following chapters. As a natural devotee of the Lord, Arjun, Arjun did not like to retaliate against his miscreant cousins and brothers, but it was the Lord's plan that they should all be killed.
Wait. So, being a good character person, Arjuna doesn't want to kill his relatives. You know, to kill someone who is not belonging to your family because of some reason, it's all right. It's not all right always, but consider it's all right. But to kill one's own relative is bad, and to kill even one's own parents or children, just direct family members, is much more bad. So from that perspective, Srila Prabhupada is saying that Arjuna, with good nature, he doesn't like to kill relatives. If you are ready to kill even your own relatives, that means you are of very bad nature. If you are ready to kill even your own direct family members, your parents, your wife, your children, that means you are too bad nature. So Arjuna is not like that. Arjuna is a good character. So he doesn't want to kill the relatives. But Lord wanted to kill. Read further.
The duty of the Lord does not retaliate against the wrongdoers, but the Lord does not tolerate any mischief done to the devotee by the miscreants.
Yeah, again, this is the character of a good person. Anything done to me, I will tolerate it. I will forgive. But for Supreme Lord, anything happened to devotee, Lord is not going to tolerate. For devotee, anything happened to Supreme Lord, devotee is not going to tolerate. Happened to me, alright, I will tolerate. So same nature. Lord doesn't tolerate if anything happens to devotee. Devotee doesn't tolerate if anything happens to Supreme Lord. Like that. So that's how their nature is shown here. But the important point which Arjuna is not exhibiting at this stage is that so many citizens in the kingdom of Hastinapur, they are they will be guided by the irreligion if these miscreants are not killed. And to protect all these citizens from irreligion is the responsibility of Arjuna. So, from that perspective, Arjuna is not behaving properly. From one perspective, Arjuna is right, but from higher perspective, Arjuna is not right. For example, just one. For example, you you wanted some flowers for the Supreme Lord. So you went and you stole the flowers from the garden. Just one example, and we have not going into much detail. So one perspective, it is right that you took the flowers for the Supreme Lord to whom it belongs. But from another perspective, that you did the stealing, that is not right. So like that, Arjuna is right from one perspective, but wrong from another perspective, and wrong from another perspective, and that another perspective is higher perspective. Sometimes it happens, conflict happens. Shall I do this or shall I do that? Because both cannot be done. Shall you go to office or shall you take your sick son to the hospital? What to do? You have to see what is priority. If you miss office for one day or if you miss office for few hours, what is the problem? But if you don't take your son to the hospital, he will be badly sick. He may die also. So you have to see what happens, what is the situation. So similarly, here Arjuna is not able to see from the higher perspective. If he doesn't fight, then all the citizens will be bound by the path of irreligion, which is a higher responsibility. So better to kill the relatives and protect the citizens from irreligion. Read further.
The Lord can excuse a person on his own account, but he excuses no one who has done harm to his devotee.
Wait. So same applies by the devotee also. Devotee can excuse any person on his own account, but he excuses no one who has done harm to Lord or other devotees. Same principle. This is a good principle. You be forgiving nature. But for others, if harm is done to others, how can you be forgiving? So Arjuna is not able to see the harm to all the citizens of the Hastinapur kingdom. So much harm is being done to the citizens. Better to kill the relatives. Like that. Read further.
Therefore, the Lord was determined to kill the miscreants, although Arjun wanted to excuse them.
Yeah. So Lord wanted to kill the miscreants. Arjuna wanted to excuse them. Now, this is one important principle here. If the competition happens between the Supreme Lord and Arjuna, or Supreme Lord and devotee like this, that Lord wants to kill and devotee wants to forgive, normally the devotee will win. Always, whenever the competition between Lord and devotees on devotional platform, devotee will win. Lord wants to kill, devotee wants to forgive, devotee will win. And so many examples. Lord wanted to kill the two soldiers who were beating Haridas Thakur. Haridas wanted to forgive, and Lord couldn't kill those two soldiers. Similarly, um, Lord wanted to kill Durvasa Muni because of his offense to Ambarish Maharaj. But Ambarish Maharaj forgave it. Didn't mind even offense. So Lord could not kill Durvasa Muni. Similarly, Lord wanted to kill Jagai Madhai, but Nityanand Prabhu, he begged Supreme Lord to forgive them, and Lord could not kill. So I did so many examples are there. that if Lord wants to kill and devotee wants to forgive, then devotee will win.
In case of Ashwatthama, Draupadi,
Yeah, that was that is not a right example in case of Ashwatthama. In case of Ashwatthama,
Draupadi asked
just
for
a minute, just a minute, just a minute. In case of Ashwatthama, Draupadi, she was not giving any devotional reason. She was just saying that Ashwatthama is son of our
king.
Guru, and Guru is already dead. Now only mother is there. See, if we kill Ashwatthama, our Guru Mata will suffer the same pain as I am suffering now. So it is not wise. See, in case of Guru Mata, husband is already dead, and now son will also be dead. In case of Draupadi, children are dead, but husbands are still alive. So she felt it is not good to destroy the son also who is already without husband. Better to. But Ashwatthama should be punished. So then Arjuna, with Krishna's inspiration, he removed the jewels which he was carrying on his forehead, which was very painful, like that. And you know, to die is one thing, and to suffer the terrible pain without death is also very, very painful. It's become so painful that better to die than to suffer this pain while living. Like that. It happens. So it's not so. But for the mother, at least my son is alive. That kind of sentiment mother has. She cannot understand that. uh, she may understand, but in this context, she that son is at least alive. Yes, he's suffering the pain, but he's at least alive for me. That gives her a satisfaction compared to the pain of son's death. So from that perspective, Ashwatthama was given a right punishment. So yes, so if the competition between Lord and devotee happens, devotee will win. But then why here? Lord is desiring to kill these relatives. Arjuna is desiring to forgive these relatives. But ultimately Lord wins in Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because Arjuna is not thinking to forgive them based on devotional fact. He is thinking to forgive them because they're my relatives. This is not devotional platform. Haridas Thakur is forgiving because he is thinking these are also the souls. So these are also the souls part and parcel of Supreme Lord, conditioned in this body. Let's forgive them and give them the chance to rise further in Krishna consciousness. Similarly, Nityanand Prabhu was thinking, let Jagai Madai be forgiven so that they rise in devotional consciousness. So both of them were having devotional platform. Draupadi was not having devotional platform. Nityanand Prabhu was having devotional outlook. Haridas Thakur was having devotional outlook. Arjuna doesn't have devotional outlook here. He is thinking, these are my relatives, that is why they should not be killed. Haridas Thakur did not thought like that. Nityanand Prabhu didn't thought like that. So because Arjuna's thought process is on a very low level, That is why Krishna won in this case, because Krishna's thought process was on a higher level to establish the religion in the whole world, which is much more important than protecting my own family. You understand? So, from this discussion of Bhagavad Gita, we should understand how to take the right decision in one's life. Most of the time, we take decisions in our life like Arjuna, you know, that my family. But what you are thinking today is my family, tomorrow something will happen and you will only stand against your family. Something will happen, you will stand against your own family. I don't want to bring out the cases here, but it happens within the family. You know, that parents who are supporting so much their child at one stage are very much against that same child. It happens very much, you know, like that. So we shouldn't behave like this. We should understand what is the scriptural principle. And without our any personal attachment, without any personal material attachment, we should simply follow what is the right scriptural duty, keeping our good attachment for the Supreme Lord and devotees. Keep our decision on the devotional platform, not on material platform. Keep our decision which will be better for the overall good, not my thought process with a limited, narrow frame of mind. We should be broad minded and think of the good for everyone, not just a small, narrow thought process. And it is possible. To the degree we become Krishna conscious, to that degree we can think like that and behave accordingly as per your responsibility. Arjuna is a Kshatriya, he is supposed to think of the whole kingdom, not just his own family. So, similarly, in your particular case, you have to see what situation occurs, what you think. Chanakya Pandit also says that if the problem of your finger is going to spoil your hand, better to cut off that finger. You have to think in a broader scale. The problem of your finger is going to spoil your hand, better to cut off the finger to protect the hand. If the problem of the hand is going to spoil the body, better to cut off your hand to protect the body. The problem of your bodily conditioning is going to spoil your goal, which the soul is supposed to reach in this human life. Better to give up that body, which is becoming obstacle in the self-realization. Something like that, he says. I spoke it in a very precise short term. He has given the elaboration that if a member of the family is going to be cause of the destruction of the family, better to remove that member from the family. Like that, he says, and so many other things. Ultimately, he's saying that self realization or devotional activity are of the highest priority, and for that priority, we should be ready to give up each and everything if needed. And normally, that much difficult situation may not come in our life, but that is a principle. So, point is that we should give devotional platform, devotional activities as the highest priority in our life. And based on that, we should behave. Now, I will quote one more example. which I heard today, and it was very much, I mean, very much highlighting to me also. I mean, such examples are very rare. One family, they were in Dubai. Their son was studying in the normal school there. This is a devotee family. Their son was studying in the normal school, and their son was going to temple also. And that their son was learning so many things from the temple also. And the school he was learning school things. So one day the teacher told the son that you write an essay on some cricket player. So son came to mother and said that I don't know about this cricket player. You help me to write the essay. Now you can think what you will do. What this mother did is she said, don't write an essay on cricket player. So then son said, if I will not write the essay, then I will not get marks. Mother said, I don't care for your marks. I care for your life. If you are going to write an essay on this cricket player, that means you will develop an appreciation for the materialistic people. I want you to develop appreciation for the personalities who are spoken in Bhagavatam. You write an essay on Prahlad, you write an essay on Dhruva. What is this cricket player? Today he is very much glorified, and tomorrow someone else will come. I don't want you to spoil your life with such material attachment. You have to live your life in devotion to the Supreme Lord. So he didn't wrote essay. And then mother realized that in this school all these majestic teachings are there. Today I stopped to write an essay and tomorrow something else will happen. Better to change the education. She took her child out of that school and brought that child to Mayapur to learn in Gurukul. See, they were in Dubai. To take such decision, is it easy? Most of the devotee families may not be able to take this decision. They did it. So this is called giving devotional principles as the highest priority in our life. I'm not saying that you should be on this highest platform. You rise from your level to some extent. You rise from your level to some extent. And gradually you will rise further. But if we stick to our own limits, that this is how our life will be. And devotion, yes, this is like that. Devotion will not go beyond this and like that. Then you will not rise in Krishna consciousness. Then you will not rise in Krishna consciousness. So Krishna, by speaking Bhagavad Gita, is breaking Arjuna's limit. Arjuna has limited himself. That these are my relatives, they should survive, I should not kill them. This is a lower platform. And he was limiting himself to that lower platform. Krishna, with the message of Bhagavad Gita, broke that lower platform and made Arjuna rise to a devotional platform that whatever Lord's wishes, I will do it. So this is how we have to rise on devotional platform gradually. Gradually. So So Arjuna, he is on the lower platform at this stage. So Krishna, he won because to establish the religion in the whole kingdom is of higher priority than just your family. So similarly, we should also understand what is higher priority in my life from devotional outlook, from scriptural outlook. and take the decision boldly in our life with faith on Krishna and see how Krishna does the miracle in your life. See how Krishna protects you in your life. So in this way, we should learn to be more and more devotional in our life. Next verse. पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मान् हत्वैतानाततायिनः तस्मान्नर्हा वयं हन्तुं धार्तराष्ट्रान् सबान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखेन श्याम माधव. Read the translation.
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune, and how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen?
Yes. So far Arjuna had given two reasons why he doesn't want to fight. First reason he said, I am feeling compassion for my relatives. How can I kill them? If you have compassion in your heart, you cannot shoot arrows against them. And second reason he said, what is the benefit in gaining the kingdom after killing relatives? No one, no relatives are there to serve, to live with us. What's the point in taking the kingdom? So because there is no benefit in gaining the kingdom, then why to fight? So these are the two reasons he said. Third reason he is speaking in this verse saying that if we kill these relatives to gain the kingdom, it is sinful. To kill your own relatives for some materialistic gain is sinful. So I don't want to commit such sin. That is why I will not fight. So he is saying that it is sinful to kill these relatives. Arjuna knows very well that these relatives are sinful. But these are my relatives. That is why we should not kill them. For example, let's say your father did some mistake. Are you going to slap your father? No. He did the mistake. All right, after all, he is my father only. Like that. So it's sinful to slap your father for some mistake, whatever. It's not good. It's not a proper etiquette. So, just like Shastra says, five category of people should be protected: cows, mothers or women, old men, brahmanas, and children. So, let's say a child does some crime, and the same crime is done by some mature adult person. Child may be given some punishment, but not to the degree the adult is given. So, from this perspective, you understand that these five members are protected. These five members are not punished. They are protected. If some lady, we are not talking about today's situation, but according to the Vedic culture, where Vedic culture was prevailing, if some lady does some sin, to punish her will be the last choice. All care will be done to protect her from that sinful deed. Punishing will be the last choice, very rare. So Similarly, old people, similarly, Brahmanas, no, they will not be punished harshly. So, here in the Kaurava side, Arjuna is seeing Dronacharya who is elder than him, Bhishma Pitama who is elder than him, and so many others who are senior to him. And thus Arjuna is saying to kill these relatives who are elderly, though they may be sinful, still it's not wise to kill them. If we kill them, then it is sinful on our part. So Arjuna is saying, no, it is not proper for us to kill these relatives. And anyway, what are we going to gain? Nothing. So we should not fight. So this verse combines second reason, third reason both. First, he's talking about the sinful. It's sinful to kill the relatives, and then he's saying that anyway, if all the relatives are killed, what will we gain? What is the point in getting the kingdom after killing all these relatives? So we cannot be happy by killing our own relatives when all our relatives are died. So he is calling Krishna here as husband of the goddess of fortune. You are the husband of the goddess of fortune. That means by your presence all fortune comes. And how come you are giving me the order to bring the misfortune in my life when all my relatives will be killed? To lose the wealth is fine, misfortune. But to lose all my relatives is fortune. Why are you bringing such greater misfortune in my life? You are the husband of the goddess of fortune. You are supposed to bring the fortune in my life. So, like this, Arjuna is commenting that it's sinful, and to do the sinful activity is not going to bring any fortune in your life. It's going to bring further misfortune. So, anyway, all relatives will be dead. That is a misfortune. I have committed the sin by killing these relatives. That is further higher misfortune. What kind of instruction are you giving me? What kind of choice you have to kill all these relatives? This is not good. You are the husband of the goddess of fortune. Better bring the fortune in my life, not misfortune like this, by making me commit this sinful activity to kill all these relatives. Read the third part.
According to Vedic injunctions, there are six kinds of aggregations. One, a poison giver. Two, one who sets fire to the house. Three, one who attacks with deadly weapons. Four, one who plunders riches. Fifth, one who occupies another's land. And six, one who kidnaps a wife.
Wait. So these six aggressors are given death punishment. No, not much clarification is needed. If you have done this sinful activity, death punishment straight. This is how the strict punishment was during Vedic times. And even King Shivaji was like that. If he had done such sinful activity, death. No clarification needed. If it is clear that you have done it, then you have to suffer this punishment. In the modern times, it becomes so hard and time taking and money consuming to come up to this decision that this criminal should be hanged. It's very clear that he should be hanged, he should be dead. But modern decision system takes so much time to come to this decision. But in the Vedic times, it was very clear. If you have given poison to anyone, if you have tried to burn someone's house, if you have tried to kill someone with the deadly weapons, if you have stolen people's money or occupied another's land or kidnaps another wife, then you will be punished with the death sentence. And Kauravas have done all six. All six they did towards Pandavas. So they were supposed to kill him. But Arjuna is on the basis of his material attachment, he is thinking, forgive. Read further.
Such aggregators are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggregators.
Wait. So when kings offers a punishment to hang a criminal, is king getting the reaction of killing another person? No. He is simply following the law. He is simply following the law. This person, this criminal has done some certain kind of sin. According to the law, he should be hanged. King is simply giving order. That's all. King is simply following the law of the scriptures. So he will not get the reaction. When you get the reaction, when you do something as per your own choice, you kill someone as per your choice, then you get the reaction. But if you are not doing something as per your choice, you are simply abiding with the scriptures, you are not going to get reaction. Another example I will give. You are you are mm, giving charity for your own name and fame. To give charity is the scriptural principle, but to go for your own name and fame is not a very good, not a scriptural principle. You are giving charity for your own name and fame. Another person is giving charity for service of Krishna, not his name, Krishna's pleasure. So when you are giving charity like this, or I will give another example. This is also a good example. It's a little bit complicated. Simple example I will give. You are cooking, okay? To cook food and eat is a scriptural principle. Vegetarian cooking, okay? You are is a scriptural principle. Human beings are supposed to eat vegetables. Okay. So you are cooking vegetables and eating it. It's a scriptural principle. Another person is cooking the same food for the pleasure of Krishna. So in both the cases, when you are cooking, due to the burning of the fire, so many unknown living entities will be killed. But a devotee who is cooking for the Lord's pleasure, because he is following the scriptural principles of Bhagavad Gita. Yagyarthat karmanunyatra lokoyan karma. Devotee is cooking for Lord's pleasure. That's why he will not get any reaction. But another person who is cooking for his own satisfaction, yes, based on scripture, but for his own satisfaction, he will get the reaction of killing so many other living entities. So, like that, a king is giving order to kill someone not for his satisfaction. Scripture's order. not his satisfaction. He is completely detached. So you will get reaction when you are attached. You do not get any reaction when you are detached. And that is what Krishna is going to teach Arjuna. Learn to do the actions with detachment. You get sinful reaction or you get any reaction when you are attached. So whenever you do any decision in your life with attachment to matter, understand that you are binding yourself in this world with pain. It appears very pleasurable to act with attachment. You know, it appears very pleasurable to act with attachment. To take decisions based on attachment. But if you think deeply, you are binding yourself with the pain. But if you take the decision with detachment, with attachment to Krishna, you are freeing yourself from so much of reactions and pain of this world. You know. So this is Krishna's message to Arjuna. So here these aggressors should be killed and you will not get reaction. That is what Sri Prabhupada is saying. That no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors because this is scriptural law. I have no attachment. Scripture says, so I'm doing it. That's all. Okay. So like this, we should learn to act with detachment, with attachment to Krishna. Then you are freeing yourself from the bondage. Otherwise, you are simply binding yourself. On the name of happiness and joy of this life, you are simply bringing the miseries into your life, which will come in future at some point of time and in a very terrible manner. And you will not be able to figure out that this misery is because of that. You will not be able to figure out, but it is there. So we'll stop now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Any clarification if you have, please ask.